it has been a hot minute since I last made a video. I have a lot of updates. I think I'm just gonna tell you guys through this video. I'm just gonna tell you what's been going on with me, why I've been gone so long. But I'm just gonna go right into the tutorial. What I'm gonna do today is actually kind of a rose gold inspired look. So let's get just started with the first thing. We're gonna moisturize and prime our face with the OLAZ Double Action Day Cream and Primer. So where have I been? I have actually a couple of excuses why I've been gone. First of all, my camera broke 3 months ago. Yeah, it was 3 months ago or 2 months ago when I was in Poland. And so I handed it in to repair and I thought it was gonna be repaired right away. But they wanted me to pay an X amount of money to get it repaired and the amount was ridiculous. So I kind of was stalling it. I couldn't get a new camera. So I kind of had to just deal with the way the situation. I'm gonna just take my Porefessional primer by Benefit. Basically, it was a good timing anyways because I actually moved and it was very hectic during the move. So I didn't really have any time to film at all. So, but I've been missing it a lot and now I'm back. Obviously, I'm gonna be changing up my background and setup because I'm just trying to figure out how I want my videos to look in this new place because I do have a really beautiful background and all that stuff. So for now, it's gonna be dark and it's gonna be this. So I'm sorry about that. For foundation, I'm gonna go in with two foundations. This is the Loreal 24 Hour Stay Matte Foundation in the color Sand, and then also the Matte and Poreless by Maybelline in the color 220. I like to go in with both of these because I think the matte one is too drying. And I think the Maybelline one, it kind of doesn't last on my face. So I like to mix these and they give me the perfect kind of coverage and finish. So what I like to do is just mix these on the back of my hand using this e.l.f. foundation brush. And I'm just gonna lightly start stroking this on my face. I'm gonna just pat that out with the Beauty Blender afterwards just to get the perfect finish.
You should have known secretly, I think you knew.
Another new thing is obviously my hair. I cut it quite short. It actually has grown out a little bit now because I did cut it a lot shorter than this. Probably grew like a centimeter or so. I've been loving the short hair. It just is so much easier to handle. I'm actually gonna pop something special on my lips. I mentioned in my holy grail that I have my own little lip plumper. I basically take Vaseline and a little bit of cinnamon oil and I mix them together and I'm just gonna apply that on my lips. You're gonna see my lips swell up like they're having an allergic reaction. That's supposed to. So now I'm gonna quickly do my eyebrows while this sets. When I cut my hair, I actually did some highlight in the hair as well. So I've been going back to my Blonde Pomade by Anastasia. I was using the soft brown for a while, but then when I put my highlights in, the soft brown was a little bit too harsh. So I went back with my Anastasia. My Anastasia dried out a bit, but I have such a good tip. If you get the Duraline from INGLOT, which is basically like a liquid that you put together with any type of powder or anything and it makes it into eyeliner. I put a couple of drops of that in my pomade that had dried out completely and it's basically new again. I feel like I'm really nervous to film because I haven't filmed in so long. I feel like it's hard to get out of the no filming rut, so I took the big step today and I hope it turns out well. So I'm actually letting my eyebrows grow out a bit, so they are a little bit crazy, but I just want them to be a little bit thicker, so I've been just letting them grow out and just letting them get a little bit crazier, and then in the end I'm gonna reshape them a little bit so that they look like they have a little bit more form. For under the eyes, I'm going to be using my Naked Concealer by Urban Decay. And I'm just going to apply this under the eye area and really highlight that area, as we usually do. This is going to be quite a glam look. I'm going to be using a pigment from INGLOT that I love. And it's going to be like a rosy gold kind of look to it. And I think it's a very appropriate for like a summer party or you want to look a little bit more glam. My new favorite powder that I like to use under my eyes, which is very cliche because everyone and their mother has this on YouTube. It's my Loreal Mercier translucent powder. I got the pressed form because I just prefer pressed forms, but I'm gonna tell you this, I've had it for less than a month and I've already hit pan, and I'm not happy about it because it is so expensive. I don't understand why it has so little product in there. It kind of annoys me a bit. I'm gonna just use this Real Techniques brush and I'm gonna just set this under eye area. And I really love this powder because it actually not only sets, but it really brightens the area and it keeps it brightened. To set the rest of my face, I'm gonna use my Urban Decay Naked Skin Ultra Definition Powder Foundation. This is in the color Light Neutral. And I'm just gonna pat that on the rest of my skin. Oh shit. For my eyes, I'm gonna start with just priming them with my Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden. I'm gonna use a lot of like rosy, pinky colors, so prepare for that. Now, to start off the eye, we're gonna go in with my favorite transition color. This is Peach Smoothie by MakeupGeek. Ooh, are you gonna focus? There you go. And I'm gonna take a big brush, a fluffy brush, and I have my Soeva favorite crease brush. This is the Luxe Crease. So I'm gonna just put that through the crease. If you guys hear anything in the background, it's just my boyfriend. Ignore that. I'm gonna go in with Milk Chocolate from the Too Faced palette. I'm gonna put that in the actual crease just to darken it up. And we're basically just creating the base right now for the crease. Like so. Then we're gonna go in and we're gonna start darkening up that crease. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna use Bitten by MakeupGeek. It looks something like this, which is just a nice burgundy color. And we're gonna start lightly applying that into the crease. And just lightly brush that in. And just in both creases, I'm lightly just buffing that in. Making sure that we just, so you see we got this very warm, rosy. The biggest rule with this look is just to keep it rosy and rose gold. So use whatever colors you want for that. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Red Brick by MAC. It's just an orange, and that again is gonna make it a little bit more warm, which is, we just want to keep the crease as warm as we can. Last but not least, we want to darken up in there as well. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Truffle Fudge here. So just take whatever whatever dark brown that you got. I'm just gonna lightly place that there. So I'm not really doing anything, I'm just placing it, and then I'm gonna blend it out with a crease brush. So I placed it very messily in there. And then I'm gonna go in with whatever crease brush we used for the other colors and really work that. Make sure it's nice and blended. Now, time for the lid color. I'm using Cosmopolitan. This is just the base for the pigment we're gonna be using, but I'm gonna take Cosmopolitan, another MakeupGeek eyeshadow, which is just a nice, like a kind of corally color, and we're putting that all over the lid. So now for the big star, which is what we're going to be using on the actual lid, I'm going to use the INGLOT Pigment in 119. It is such a beautiful pigment. If you guys have not tried INGLOT pigments before, I highly recommend them. They are so beautiful. When you buy them, you have to buy the Duraline to go with them, just to make sure that you can actually put them on your lid. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this INGLOT Duraline and I'm going to just put a little bit on the back of my hand here. Just 2 drops of the Duraline. And then I'm going to go in with the pigment. I'm going to just dip a little bit of the Duraline. The Duraline is like a kind of oily consistency. And then I'm going to go and pick a little bit of the powder that's in the lid. And we're going to start packing that on to our lid. And it's better to pack these pigments than it is to kind of swipe them, because they do get a little chunky. I'm gonna pick up some more. And don't worry if you have fallout, we're gonna take care of that later. I hope you guys see this. It is such a beautiful goldy pigment. And what we're gonna do now is make sure that we blend in the crease. I'm gonna just use the MakeupGeek Define Crease Brush, which is just a smaller crease brush, and I'm just gonna blend the edges of this, just make sure it doesn't look too harsh. You can also go in with a little bit more of Bitten, which is one of the crease colors that we use, and just kind of make sure that that crease is nice and blended. Now we're gonna go in with our fan brush and we're gonna remove all that glitter, all that fallout. Now we're gonna apply some liner. I'm gonna be using the INGLOT 77 Gel Liner, which is my absolute fave. I've just been loving INGLOT lately. I went to Poland a month ago, or a month and a half ago, and INGLOT is actually a Polish brand. So when I was there, I was able to pick up a bunch of products. So I'm just taking an angle brush and this liner, and I'm just making sure I take off the excess. And we're gonna start lining this baby. What I'm doing. So as you guys can see, I applied the gel liner. It's very easy and quick. Something I forgot to do is actually apply some under eyebrow highlight. I'm going to just use white chocolate from this palette, so any matte kind of whitish cream, and I'm going to just apply that right under the eyebrow. And this is going to help kind of blend out everything else. I used quite a big brush. This is a concealer brush from e.l.f. For my inner corner, I'm going to use Champagne Truffle, which is just a pinkish highlighter color. And I'm really going to highlight the inner corner. For the bottom lash line, I'm going to take the same brush that we used to blend out our crease, the small crease brush by MakeupGeek, and I'm just going to take a little bit of Bitten and apply that on the bottom lash line, making sure we really blend that. So I'm going to apply some lashes and some mascara. The lashes I'm going to be using is these ones. These lashes are actually a Swedish brand. They are very similar to Bambi lashes by House of Lashes, but they are actually brown and black, and I've been loving this so much lately. So I'm going to apply those and I'll be right back. I have just applied the lashes and I'm just going to let them dry. I'm going to move on to my face. For my face, I'm going to do some cream contouring. I'm going to be using the NYX Wonder Stick in medium. I've been loving this, by the way. It's such a nice formula. And I'm just going to apply some of this. And if you guys are scared of cream contouring, I would recommend this stick because it just makes it so much easier to cream contour. And I'm going to blend that out using my Real Techniques kind of contouring brush. And it's so easy to blend out, and it just leaves a very subtle contour. And I like to just use this as a base for my cream contour and my powder. So I'm just making sure all of that is blended out, that I don't have any awkward lines. And then obviously our nose. I'm just gonna take my fingers to blend that out. And I'm just gonna take my Too Faced contouring powder and a bigger brush. I'm going to be using this Morphe M503, which is my favorite bronzing and contouring brush. And I'm just going to build on that contour a little bit more, making sure we have a nice color to our skin. And this brush just fits so perfectly on the cheek and gives you just a really quick contour. Then for our blush, I'm going to be using my favorite blush at this time. This is Dandelion by Benefit. It gives such a beautiful pinkish tint. And I like to just apply that lightly on our cheeks. I'm gonna share with you my favorite highlighting palette right now. This is the Sleek, ooh, it's gonna blind you, the Sleek Makeup Solstice palette. And what I like to do is I actually like to take all of these colors that is in here. This purple one is super intense, but it gives you such a beautiful highlight, and I die for it. I love it so much. I'm gonna take this fan brush from Real Techniques, and I'm just gonna mix all of these together and then apply them on my cheekbone. And would you look at that? Are you for real right now? Are you actually for real? We're gonna apply that just lightly. With the fan brush, I like to just brush it downwards and just work it in. On my nose, of course, on my lips. Make sure we have a nice highlight. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually applying a little bit of that pigment that we used. Just a little bit from the cap. I'm gonna apply that in the inner corner just to bring this all together and make it look a little bit more like you have a little sparkle in your eyes. I just like to tap that on the inner corner like so. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Subculture by MAC, which is just a nice orangey nude, and I'm gonna overline them slightly. I'm gonna then go in with the color, let's see, this is Gerard's Cosmetics Hydra Matte Liquid Lipstick in Serenity, which is one of my favorite kind of nudes to wear. I'm gonna apply that right on top. I do want this to be a little lighter, so I'm going to go in with some concealer. So I'm just going to take a nude lip gloss of any kind, whatever you like. And apply that right in the middle. What's important at this point is to make sure you tap this out. Easier thing. This is the finished look. I actually love this so much for when you go to a party or any kind of summer party. I think this would be perfect. I hope you guys like this little chit chat to get ready with me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.